So if you're like me and you're deep into Spider-Man Twitter, or you like uncovering deep trivia / facts about video games, Spider-Man, comic books in general, etc., you've very likely heard of the tragic story behind Maddie, Will You Marry Me, an Easter egg in the original version of Marvel's Spider-Man. This story has been twisted and stretched apart more than any other story I've ever seen, and I wanted to make a short video today just trying to bring to light the other side of the story, Maddie's side. In case you haven't heard Tyler's side though, I'll explain it to you now. In May of 2018, lovesick boyfriend Tyler Schultz tweeted to Insomniac Games, the creators behind the Spider-Man series of games, asking for help with proposing to his girlfriend Maddie. Insomniac agreed, asking if he could wait until September 7th. Tyler was sure she'd stick around, so he was like, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? And the deal was set. Marvel's Spider-Man for the PS4 would release September 7th, 2018, and ship with a proposal on a movie theater sign saying, Maddie, will you marry me? Seems like a happy ending, right? Well, this video exists, so, you know, this entire thing takes a turn for the worse. After the game was released, Tyler released a now deleted video on his YouTube, basically stating the proposal had failed. The thing that sucks about this Easter egg is the day I'm making this video now, 3-4 weeks ago, my girlfriend dumped me to go with my brother, basically throwing away the 5 years we had together. He also added that his girlfriend was not a fan of the way he proposed. He also said some other things, like if other people wanted to use this to propose, they definitely could, and he'd be happier if they did actually. An Insomniac employee saw what happened, and the proposal was then changed to a tribute to Tyler's late grandmother, who got him interested in everyone's favorite friendly neighborhood web-slinger. Okay, so, end of story, right? Maddie is a terrible human being who ditched her 5-year-long boyfriend for his brother, and Tyler was doing completely wrong and deserves better. Yeah, wrong. We've got even more to this story that is the entire reason I'm making this video about a 2018 Easter egg in 2023. On September 10th, 2018, the Houston Press released an article officially detailing Maddie's side of the story. And would you believe it? Tyler lied. Cameron Kunzelman, the person who wrote the article for the Houston Press, stated that he was immediately suspicious of Tyler's story after the situation with Gamergate, a harassment campaign that started out due to a fake blog by a name that I definitely cannot pronounce properly, who accused his ex-girlfriend Zoe Quinn of stuff like sleeping with reviewers for good coverage of a game. Cameron then went to look for Maddie to speak with her, and she had a lot to say. So let's cover it, shall we? Just a side note, Gamble is Maddie's last name in case anyone gets confused. Basically, Tyler and I had been together for over 5+ years, says Gamble. We started dating when I was 15 and a half, and we moved into my parents' house together shortly after due to unforeseen circumstances. Us moving in together so young was, I think, really hard on our relationship. We were living like the Brady Bunch with 8 people in our house. Our relationship was great for a long time, but I started to realize about a year ago that I was not happy. I kept it going because I wanted to make it work, but he has done some things that I realized I really shouldn't have forgave him for. Our relationship had issues both mentally and physically. He never understood me, unfortunately. Even the proposal, which he thought was the save-all of our relationship, was never the way I would have liked to be proposed to. I never liked video games, but I sat through them because I loved him. Our relationship turned into a mother and son relationship where I had to remind him about things, I had to deal with his financial mistakes, his violent outbursts, etc. We never did things normal couples would do, like go out, dance, parties, sit under the stars. I told him in July that he had a month to change my mind, and it didn't happen, so I broke up with him. I have big prospects in life and I am a highly motivated individual, but it was extremely challenging to have to be someone else's motivation to simply get out of bed or get off his video games. As far as his half-brother goes, Tyler had asked him to check in on me and asked me how I was doing after I broke up with him. So of course we got close, and our relationship just built from there. I did not leave Tyler for his half-brother, and I never have been unfaithful to Tyler. Maddie later went on to clarify that she never did get with Tyler's brother, and that they are purely close friends. Keep in mind this was obviously 5 years ago, so there's an extremely good chance the stuff has changed, but even then it doesn't matter if she did. If she did, they obviously got together long after this shit was over with, and she still didn't cheat on Tyler. On September 12th, 2018, Maddie deleted all of her social medias completely due to harassment. So while this ended well for Tyler, Maddie got her reputation completely ruined, and she's basically hated all over the internet. I still see tweets constantly today siding with Tyler and painting Maddie as this horrible person. At the time of writing this script, I legit saw one a couple hours ago, which is what gave me the idea to make this video. Tyler basically turned everyone against Maddie in an act of sadness and rejection. And what's crazy to me is when this story dropped, nobody thought to find Maddie and get her side of the story except for one person. Had it not been for this dude, Maddie's reputation would have been dragged through the mud even harder. To add on to this actually, she also gave another quote. "The things he's been saying about me hurt, and that is something we mutually agreed not to do to each other. But it is not being reciprocated now," says Gamble. "I think it's just easier for him to hate me than to be hurt by my decision to break up. I hope he moves on and finds happiness, because that's exactly what I'm doing." So there you have it, folks. Tyler is not the saint people actually think he is. The entire story about her leaving him for his brother was completely fabricated. And in general, people really need to do research and get both sides of the story before talking shit. I really think that last part is the most hurtful part. For 5 years now, millions of people still believe that she was the toxic and bitchy one of the relationship. No one actually has bothered to look into the story any further, and that's what I hope to change with this video. It sucks to see good people getting ripped apart on the internet because a shitty person manipulated everyone into thinking they were the good guy, and an innocent person was the bad guy. Especially when I still see constantly people being misled by others into believing Tyler was the victim. Now honestly, it's clear neither sides have proof of any of their claims, and it's definitely easier to just believe Tyler was the victim and leave it at that. But if you really look at both sides, to me at least, Maddie's story sounds far more believable. So I'm gonna end this off with just a reminder to be careful with everything on this hellhole of a place called the internet. People can easily manipulate others into turning against you, and sometimes it's so big to a point where there's nothing you can do. Also, keep in mind, Maddie left the internet due to harassment. This was so bad to a point where people were ganging up on her, likely sending death threats and shit like that. Just imagine if this happened to a less mentally stable person. The damage this shit could have caused is insane. Either way, I hope I was able to inform people on this fucking rabbit hole of the situation. Just remember to stay safe and always try to get the second side of the story if you can. This definitely wasn't a video I was planning to upload today, but thank you all for watching anyways, and I'll see you all next time.